Okay. So, hi everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, whatever time you're joining us. So, it's another coaching session. Today we begin the session for Kahoot 005. And I can see our ladies are here already. Congratulations, ladies, for a successful boot camp. And I welcome you to this amazing session. And I do believe that at the end of it all, you would have learned a lot that you can, use to grow your family and your business as well as yourself too. So congratulations. And we are super, super happy that you're part of us. So thank you. And then we have Alex over here, Alex Cano. He's a first-time coach. So thank you so much, Alex, for joining us. We are truly honored. He's an author and as well as a businessman. So we are super, super honored to have you here. So before Alex talks about himself and how he got to know about Join the Journey, Narin, please, could you have the ladies introduce themselves?
All right, thank you, Barbara. So, Dr. Mabwanji, ku coaching session yatu ya FSA, and this is a boot camp coaching session. So, could be different right? Tina kunzilila bina ngabishwesi zakala kashidemu. Nikufunza ma questions na wewe banzakala ma questions wazati. Kana sima chita understand mafunza. So, Zambia wako mzati introduce zina yanu, and then mzatuza kupapena mulina bana bangazi na mwokwatiliwa, and then na business ya mene mchita, and then tabuela so tutafanya kusonga yangu. Ngati mkwanza mchizungu mkakambo mchizungu, ngati mkwanza mchinyaja mkakamba mchinyaja. Okay.
Hi, Narin. Can she be a bit more audible? We can barely hear her, right, Alex?
I see you yes, please talk a little bit louder.
Yeah.
Okay. So, mukambise so that once it's in Belene, so once it's so then can be the name, don't the number shagai. So I think that
my name is Cecilia Chikoya. I have 2 children. And I do business, I sell rice and shoes.
Okay, so you're able to get her, right? So that's Cecilia.
Yeah, that was better. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Next.
I'm Michael Daka. I'm a single mother. I've got my one child and adopted child. I'm a baker. I bake cakes.
Okay, that's Marjorie Daka. She's a baker and a single mother of 2. Thank you.
Exioda Lebobe, a mother of 2. My business is I sell households.
Okay, so that's Exioda, mother of 2. She sells household goods like beddings, bed sheets, and other things of the house. Thank you.
I'm Mary Daka, a mother of 3 and a widow. My hobby or my passion is baking and hoping to improve it.
Well, thank you. Okay, so over to you.
All right, thank you, and welcome again, ladies. So, hi, Alex. So, can you go ahead and tell us more about yourself? What business do you do, as well as how you got connected with Join the Journey?
Yeah, so I guess good afternoon to you over there. So nice to meet you. So, so my name is Alejandro Cano. I have a consulting and training business. We have been working for the last 2 years. We really cover different areas. So we help small and medium companies in different topics. For instance, we help them with continuous improvement, operational excellence, we call it here, with environmental health and safety, with quality, with maintenance. We also have programs for well-being. We also help companies to get certified in different standards. And we are about to to open services in IT, so technology. In my case, well, I'm also a dad, so I have 2 boys and 1 little girl. My boys are already in college, so I know I look way younger, but I'm not that younger, right? And how did I get connected with the team? I think through LinkedIn, I got an invitation to join and help, and it's very interesting. But I have been really connecting with a lot of entrepreneurs that are women, like you, where you have a group of women, and then I've been helping them through coaching. So when I got the invite, I really like the idea about working with you and helping you. What else can I say? I'm originally from Mexico, but I live in US. I've been here for 13 years now, and I'm going to stay here. I like it. I really like it here, and everyone really likes it here. So we're going to stay here. What else? I think for me, this is very important to be able to help other entrepreneurs for business, men and women, because I think it's a way of me giving back everything that God has given to me. Okay, so really nice to meet you all. And I hope that you can hear me well. If not, please let me know and I can repeat, because sometimes I know the technology is good, but sometimes it has a little bit of problems, right? So please just let me know, okay?
Okay, thank you so much, Alex. Thank you. And so we begin the session now, and our topic for today is values. So over to you, Alex.
Okay, so let me share my screen.
Okay.
Okay, can you see my screen now?
Yes, yes.
Yes, sure.
Yes. Okay, so before we start, congratulations to all of you for taking this journey of being entrepreneurs. It's really something, you know. I was an employee for a long time, and then I decided to start my business. It's a completely different world. It's very different. I will say it's tough. Being an entrepreneur is not easy. It takes a lot of courage, a lot of persistence. So I congratulate you for taking that path. So just feel good with yourself, because it's something good that what you're doing. Okay, because you're helping you're helping your family, and you're going to help other people with your business. So it's really good. Okay, so the topic today is values. And you know, when I saw the list of topics, and then I found that I was open for today's, and then today's topic was values. I like it, because I think this is a very important topic. You don't see this very often when you go to training for business women, businessmen. Sometimes they don't talk about this. It's like a topic that everyone thinks everyone understands, and then they are doing it. But in reality, not everyone really is strong on their values. And for business, this is very important, because now that you're doing your business, you're not only having an impact in your family and yourself, you're having an impact on others, and you're going to be in contact with a lot of more people now that you are running your business. So it's very important that you have your values very, very well defined. And also, it is true that's why I put this title, that values are key elements for business growth. If you have strong values, your business will grow, okay? The other way, and we'll talk about that, is never good for a long term. But if you have values, it's good for the long term, okay? So first, I was pleased to know that I could share some Christian phrases and thinking. That's very good, because I'm a Catholic Christian, so I love doing this part too. Okay, so we have this from the Bible that says, "Whoever walks in integrity walks securely, but he who makes his ways crooked will be found out." That's Proverbs 10:9. So this is very important, and you know, this was written hundreds of years ago, but that's still very, very true. When you have a business and you are going to face many situations where you will be tested to see if you really have your values well defined or not. You're going to have a lot of situations where people are going to test you to see if you really know what you are strong on. And you may be tempted to not follow your values because you may think that that's going to get you business, or it may get you business. But at the end, in the long term, as the Bible says, everything will be shown up. So everyone that does things in the wrong way, sooner or later, people will know. There's no way that those kind of things can be hidden. And if you look at many businessmen or politics or people in the show business that did something wrong, sooner or later, that was found out. So there's nothing bad stays hidden forever. Okay, so this is very, very true. Okay, so what are values? Let's talk a little bit about what are values. And please, if you have questions, please ask me. Okay, don't wait till the end. So we call values individual beliefs that motivate people to act in a particular way. So what it means is that every one of you have your own values, and those values make you act in a different way. The interesting part is that we have different values. So you may be thinking that the person on your side has the same values that you have, but that's really not true. Everyone has their own values. Even though we have a big list of values, everyone has at least 5 values that they are very strong believer. And based on that, that's how they act. Okay. Now, even though we may believe in many different values, there are only a few that have priority on the way that we think, and that's how we behave. Okay. So the values are like a compass. So everything that we do every day is really, really based on our values. So whatever we feel is our most important values, every time that we take a decision, even though we're not thinking about that, we take a decision based on our values. So for instance, let's say that one of your values, we'll talk about different values, okay? But let's say one of your values is to be punctual. So arriving on time, okay? So if that's one of the values that is very, very important for you, you are going to always look for getting on time to where you go. And everything that you are going to do, organize yourself, is always going to be towards that direction. You're going to be on time, and you're going to prepare before time. You're going to get ready so you can be on time. When someone doesn't have that value as a priority, they don't do that because it's not a priority for them, okay? And the thing here is that values, because they are different from one person to another, it doesn't mean that the other person that has different values is doing something wrong. It doesn't mean that because we have different values, one is right and one person is wrong. It's just the way things are. Our values come from the way that we have grown, what our parents taught us when we were children, what we learned at school, what we learned at the church, what we learned with our friends. So all those things mold us. And then the values that we have as an adults come from all that. So that's why we have different values. From some people, honesty is the first most important thing. For other people, maybe the family, maybe to be a humble person, maybe to help others. So everyone has different values, and those values are what make you act the way you act. Okay. Now, the values that we have, besides guiding us, they guide us so we can take what we believe are the right decisions. What I mean with that, because we have different values. Let's say, for instance, one person, their priority, their biggest value is to make their business grow. Okay, so that's their value. So value of having success in the business. Let's say for other is the family, okay? And one or the other is not right or wrong, but these two persons are going to act very differently. The first one is going to take a lot of decisions that is towards to being successful in the business. For the other one, the one that the family is first, he may not take certain decisions in the business because family comes first, and the other way around, okay? So the important part here is not to think that someone else is wrong or right, but to understand why we do what we do. Now, values can be changed. Just because we have certain values, it doesn't mean that we are going to stay with them through our life, because values change as we also change. And let me give you a good example. When you were young and you didn't have kids, your values were different to now that you have kids, right? Because now family became an important value in your life, okay? Maybe the first one, maybe the second one, maybe the third, but that family comes into play. Before, maybe it wasn't that important, unless you were taking care of your dad or your mom and you have to be really there. But probably it wasn't as important as it is right now when you have your own family. So you see, so values are going to be changing. What is important for you is that you have a very clear definition of what are the values that are important to you. That's the most important part. So let me tell you different values so you get an idea, because if you search on the internet, you're going to find a list of many values. I mean, more than 100 different values, right? But not all of them are important to everyone, okay? Before I go to the list and then we talk about examples about them, let me tell you something that is very important. When we follow our values, we feel good. When we're doing something that goes against our values, we have a conflict, okay? So it's even that applies even to people that they say they don't believe in anything, or they say they don't believe in any kind of religion or anything. Even with that, that's part of our human nature. So every time that we go against our values, we feel bad, right? It's more than the conscience. It's really part of our being. So every time that we follow our values, we feel good, okay? So that's how we can identify if we're following what we believe or not, how you feel. That's really how you know, okay? Now, let me give you examples of different values. Let's talk about them. So honesty. In business, honesty is always important. And this is one of the ones that are really key and should be part of your list if you're a business woman. Because if you don't go with honesty in your business, that may have really bad consequences at some point of time for you, your family, your business. As we read, everything shows up later on, okay? Now, let me give you examples. What do I mean with this? So let's say, for instance, someone says was selling households, right? So let's say that someone comes in and say, hey, you know, I can give you business, but I need you to sell me this household that you is dangerous or is going to harm, maybe may harm someone. And you know, if the product says that has a risk, but you say, no, you know, I'll buy you, but you have to also sell me this product that we know may create a problem to the customer, a health problem, or maybe a danger. But because you want to have the business, you say, okay, yeah, I'll sell you this and this so I can make a business, okay? So that's obviously breaks honesty, because you're selling something that is going to affect someone negatively, okay? What else? As you grow your business, if you sell to a company, sometimes depending on the company, the buyer or someone in the company may tell you, you know, if you want to sell this to me, well, you have to give me a percentage of what you sell to me, not to the company. So if you want to sell to us, you need to give me money so I can take your business. And that happens, all business sizes. small, medium, large, there are people in companies, especially people that are decision makers, that they can ask you for money so they can grant you business. Obviously, that goes against honesty. And very interesting, but I have worked in many companies, and now that I work with companies as a business, I still see that. And it's very interesting, but in companies that I work, people at very high level, not only low level, also high level, also did these kind of things, but later on, they were found out. So someone found out, and either they got fired, most of them, all of them got fired, right? They lost their jobs when they were found out that they were doing that. But more than that, because I mean, you're fired, that's it. But is what comes with you. It's like you lost how people see you, right? Now people are going to see you like, oh, these guys were doing something wrong, so they are cheaters. So your image, your professional image gets damaged, right? And maybe in that case, there were no legal consequences, but if we do that in another environment, that will create legal consequences. So honesty is extremely important for you. And now that you're starting your business, always keep that in mind. Never get tempted by winning a business by doing something that is not honest. I know that sometimes things get tough, and then you need the money, and then you feel the urgency, and someone may come and tempt you with something wrong. Don't go with that. It's better to say no and lose that business, because as it says in the Bible, later on, there's going to be consequences. So be very careful with that. Never take a business, no matter the amount. And I have lost business because of this, where someone tells me that, and I say, I don't play with that. So yeah, sorry, I don't do that. So let's just keep it like that. I mean, I don't tell them anything bad or anything. I don't insult them or say anything bad about them. I just say, we don't do that. So thank you. We appreciate your time and the time that you gave us, but we don't work that way. So, and that's it. And then, yeah, I mean, talking about money, a lot of money, but it's better. It plays better on the long run if you always stay honest. Okay. Family also is very important for you, because some of you are maybe, or you are with your husband or your husband. So family is always one of those tricky things when you have a business, because the business is going to take a lot of your time. Okay, that's true. I mean, when that, okay, you want to start a business, so later on you have time to spend with your family and do other things. That happens after. But when you start a business, the business is going to take a lot of your time, and you cannot grow it without spending that time. The only thing that you have to do is be careful that your business doesn't absorb entirely of your time, so you still can be with your family. And this is not easy. Okay, that's one of the most difficult parts of being a business person, is that, especially for entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, or business women or men that have a small group of people or are by themselves. At the beginning, this takes a lot of time, and that's normal. Don't feel bad about it. That's part of being a business person. Just be careful that don't forget to keep your family inside. Always keep some part of your time to take care of your family. Now, again, this is not easy. So if someone tells you, oh, this is easy, yeah, you have a lot of time when you make a business, that's not true. When you start a business, you're going to need to spend a lot of time in your business, and time and effort. But that will, if things go well, that will help you later on, so you can have more time with your family and have money to do other things, right? To maybe take better trips, even better education. I don't know, whatever you would like to do with that. But that doesn't happen at the beginning, okay? That takes time. So just be careful. Always take time to be with your family, because if you don't look at that, your business may take all your time. So always keep some that don't lose that, okay? And when you start to grow, if you don't have more people with you, then you're going to take more time from your day. So keep that in mind. Always keep family as part of your values, because what you don't want to end up like this, that you have a good business, but then you have no family, right? You want to have both. You want to have a good business, you have to have a nice family, you enjoy your kids, you enjoy your husband, you enjoy, you want to have both, right? So always keep in mind to keep your family in your list of values. Okay, next one. Oh, so any questions so far? Sorry. Any questions you may have?
Hey, any questions or the person understands at least? So any contribution or any question so far? So any contribution, anything, does it number values maybe similar. So Pavetta come back from my contribution in point. Kwamba mchinyanja, sema chizungu ni mchinyanja.
In business, you have to be honest. Say, suppose a customer comes, yes, me, I want fresh bread, but your bread maybe it was baked 2 days. You don't have to say this is your fresh bread. You have to be honest and tell that person that this bread was baked the day before yesterday. It's up to you to get it or leave it. It's one of also being honest because you express what happened.
Okay.
I
Okay, all right.
What was the question?
No, she was just adding on to say it was just a contribution from Mary. She was saying yes, honesty is very important in business because it will not bring confusion in your business. It will help you to go find business. She gave us an example since she's a baker. So she was saying to say if I bake bread today, or maybe I bake it today and then 2 days later someone comes to say, oh, I want bread. I should be able to be honest to say, okay, this bread is not fresh. It was baked like maybe yesterday or the other day. So it should be up to the person to buy or leave her bread so that she can at least have a good name and maintain the customers instead of lying so that she just wants to sell. So that was our contribution. Thank
Okay,
you.
yeah.
Over to you.
Thank you, thank you. Okay, so you can hear me well? Everyone can hear me well so far?
Yes, sure, you're clear.
Okay, good, good. Okay, so let me continue with the other ones. And I hope we have time to look at all of them. So perseverance. So perseverance is I will say that is that has to be part of the ones that you need to have to be a entrepreneur. Because as I said, business takes some time. It doesn't happen like magic. So there's not like if you ever hear someone telling you that they have a way that you can make your business grow in a week, 2 weeks, a month, and you're going to turn yourself rich like this, that doesn't exist. So business take time, and because of time, you need a lot of perseverance, because business and that happens to all business sizes, small, medium, and big. They all have cycles. So sometimes they're up, sometimes they're down. Okay. So that needs a lot of perseverance from you. You have to keep pushing and keep working. Otherwise, if you don't do that, especially when you are your own entrepreneurs, no one else is going to do it. So the perseverance really needs to come from you, and keep pushing. So, and trust me, I help entrepreneurs and small companies, and all of them go through the same thing. It takes time and a lot of effort and perseverance to make the business be successful. Sometimes it may be a little bit shorter, sometimes take longer, but at the end, all of the businesses start kind of slow at the beginning until they start to pick up. But the slow part may take weeks, may take months, depending on the business. I was surprised. I was reading that this is a big company, Amazon, right? That they sell, well, they basically resell things on the internet, right? So this company wasn't making any money during the first 3 years. Actually, they were losing money, and they still stick with the business. And well, now we know it's an incredible big business. But it was incredible because for them, it took them like 3 years before making any money. They were in red for 3 years. So many businesses, if they stay in red for 1 year, they just close, right? So I'm not saying that you will stay 3 years in red, but just to give you an example of how perseverance is required to make your business grow. Okay, so what I can recommend you here is that always keep in mind that you have to persevere, you have to keep pushing. Always think about why you're doing it. You're doing it with for your family. Well, think about your family when you have to work long hours or a lot of things that you need to do to make your business successful. Okay. For instance, something that is been very interesting for me in my case is that I work long hours, so I really work a lot of time per day, and sometimes I don't get to sleep even 7 hours because I do have a lot of things to do. But you understand that work and that perseverance is going to turn going to benefits. So but you have to put the work, right? You have to put a lot of work before you get something. No? That's how life works, right? You don't get anything for free, except when it comes from God, right? But besides that, besides God, everything that you want to get, you need to put something before to get it. So in business, it's like that. So perseverance is very, very important. Okay. Next one, open to learn. As a businesswoman, you have to really be open to learn. So I think it's a great opportunity that you have, that you can listen to many different people, and they can give you their point of view. They can share their experience, their knowledge. So always take something from them, because some people have already went through many things that you are going through, or you are going to experience later on. So that helps you to get ahead of the curve. So you will know, okay, so when this happens to me, oh, someone told me that I can do this, I can do that. Okay, so as an entrepreneur, you always need to be open to learn. My dad, one of the things my dad taught me was this. He always said, you need to be a continuous learner. So never stop learning. Always try to learn something new and keep yourself like that all your life. And it really has worked well for me, because I have learned many things in my career, and now in the business I keep learning. Even when I have a business, I still take trainings. I still go and listen to other people, because I don't know everything, right? So I need to learn from others. So I will be open. Never think that you know everything or that you're really good at what you do, because there's always something there that you don't know, and that may help you. So be humble and be open to learn. Okay, that would really help you. Self-confidence. So that's another one that is very important for entrepreneurs. You have to believe in yourself, because sometimes when things get difficult, that's the only thing that you have is your trust on yourself, right? Because some business, when you are completely by yourself, well, that's what you have, right? Yourself. But let's say you have a partner that works with you in the business. When things get tough, you may lose that partner, right? And then you're still with yourself. So it's very important that you have that self-confidence that you can do it. That's the motor of your business. So you have to really believe in yourself. It sounds like every entrepreneur has that, but not all entrepreneurs have the same self-confidence. Sometimes they started a business because they had to start a business, but they didn't have that. So work on that so you believe in yourself. It's very important that you know what you're good at, what are your strengths, and then work on those. Don't forget about your weaknesses, because no one is good at everything. Focus on your strengths, believe in those, and then use those for your business, right? I know that some companies spend a lot of money trying to get people to be better at the weaknesses, but in reality, no one can be good at everything. So if you are good at something, focus on that. That will give you self-confidence too. For instance, let's say someone is good at speaking in public, and you are very good at it, and you feel good when you speak in public. That's a strength. So every time that you have the opportunity to speak in public because you have self-confidence, you will do a great job, right? So self-confidence comes with understanding what you're good at, and then you focus on that. Don't try to be good at everything, because that's not possible, right? For instance, let me give an example. My wife is part of my business, so we are partners in the business, right? So she's the managing director. So for me, I am a fast doing. So I do things very fast. I try to go and do, right? So when something needs to take time to really look at it, digest it, I'm not good at that. But she's great at that. She really can do that. When something really needs to analyze and look at it and read it, she's good at that. I'm not good at that. So then we complement each other. So for sentences that I need to do fast, I do them. I do those. But when something needs to be really, really look at it deeply and investigate, she's good to do it. So if I want to become like her, I may not be there. So I better work on what I'm good. She's good at that, and then we can both work on what we're good at, right? Okay. So identify what you're good at. That will give you self-confidence, and focus on that. Okay. Any questions before we continue, or any comment?
Questions? Imankala yovuda uzoita profit. So tikasichita brand kati pamene ukukaita sometimes ukakulisa utenga pa month, sometimes akapasa mkati mmoja before kalipofika month. Manje ukazisunge kwa Instagram. Sizisebenzisa kayithi masebenzisa sometimes masebenzisa ukalibe kuchita. Okay. So since we are on entrepreneurship, so we have a question here from Cecilia. She's saying, since our business, the kind of business is on, maybe she gives people on, what can I say, on credit, where maybe she gives them today and then say you can pay back on month end, or again in the process of selling, as you are selling, because maybe you will not have a lot of customers at once. So maybe today you have 2, 3, just like that. So for the product to finish, maybe it will take up a month or so. So she's asking, say, how can one manage to save the money so that at least she doesn't have to top up every month for capital? She must be there to say, okay, this is my capital at least, and this is my profit. So there, as an entrepreneur, how can she work around on that one? So that's a question.
So the question, let me see if I understand. So she gives a lot of credit to
yeah, she sells right, and she, yes. So okay, she will give maybe one to say, okay, today I don't have cash, but by month and I'll give it.
Okay, I got it. So yes, credit is common in all businesses, even big companies. They don't pay you right away. Even big companies, they normally pay you 30 days, 60 days after. So in a way, they're asking for credit and you have no choice. So in a small business, it's the same. Sometimes you have to give that credit so people can buy something what I will suggest that you do is that you have in your books, you have very clear who owns you how much and when they need to pay, and you don't give more credit unless you have very clear when they're going to pay you, and you give it like a, especially for a small business, you give it like a let's say that they say they're going to pay you in week 3 of the month. Well, just consider they take 1 more week. So take like an extra time considering in your planning, and then take all the money that you're going to be getting at that point of time and see if you're going to have cash so you can buy more product or give credit. So what I'm saying is that you have to be very clear of how much people own you and when they are going to pay you, and then you know how much cash you're going to have at a certain time before you give more credit, because you need to have cash to run your business, right? And I don't know if over there where you are, you go to a bank, or maybe there is a group of association that give you money for a low interest rate. But whatever is the case, you cannot keep asking for more money, because if you are paying interest, that may create a big problem later on, because you still need to pay the loan plus the interest. So just be careful and be very clear on, let's say I have this person and this person supposed to pay me here. So in this week, I'm going to have this money. And you need to have that per week. And then you need to know, so by this week, I should have this cash. And then you take decisions based on that cash, because you need cash to keep buying rice to reseller, right? And you cannot keep asking for more money, because if they charge you interest, that's going to just put you in a bad position as time goes by and you don't have money to pay. Okay, did that answer your question?
Yes, the question has been answered, but there is the other part that has not been answered. I think what she's trying to ask is, how do you develop a strong value of saving money? Because in as much as our money comes not at once, it doesn't come frequently. So sometimes she would sell and end up using the money. So like, how can one develop a strong value for saving money while you're in business instead of up?
Yeah, good question. Okay, so at the beginning, you have to invest a lot on the business. So most of the income that you have, you will need to reinvest that in the business. Okay, so remember, businesses are not a way to make you rich right away, right? That doesn't exist. It takes time. So at the beginning, you need to earn money and reinvest it. So you won't be able to take much from your revenue, because you need to keep buying what you sell, right? What you can do to save is to force you to save. How do you do that? Well, if you get paid by bank deposit, or you can do that automatically with certain banks. You can tell the bank that from this amount, I want to take a percentage and send it to a saving account. You can do that automatically in your bank. If you get paid with cash, you do that yourself. You have to build that. How do you say that? So you have to do yourself. When you receive money, you're going to take a percentage. How much? Well, you can start with every money that you get paid. You can take 3%, 5%, and then send it to a saving account, or keep it separately and don't touch it. So that way you force yourself to save. Okay. If you have a bank, and I guess over there they should have the same possibility, they can automatically deduct that and put it in another account. If not, then you have to do it yourself. But you define a percentage. It doesn't have to be much, but you have to start with something. You can say 2%, 3%. Every time that I get money, instead of reinvesting everything, I take 3% and put it aside. Okay. Now, for instance, I do that right now. I have a percentage that goes into saving, because on the other hand, that saving may be something that you can use for yourself, right? Maybe a saving from the business that you can use for yourself later on. But you have to define first what percentage you're going to save, and then start to take that every time that you receive it and put it in a different account or in a different place. Okay. And you have to do that very, very religiously and take it every time. If you wait for things to get better or for the business to grow, or you will never save, because you are not doing it automatically. So it could be a little bit, but the idea here is that you get used to that. You get to taking that money out and don't touch it, you save it. Now, later you can do something else, but I don't want to get into that. But at least right now is get that a little bit, put it aside and don't touch it. Just keep it as a saving. Okay?
Yes.
Did that answer the question?
That's why the question. Also, Nambe, Sikambe Mchinyanja. And let me interpret for her in Nyanja. Nice. At least I had my own. Okay. So I will use the members Wakambai at the perseverance. So Bakamba business when it's just growing. It's a Tiamba. So on that Tiamba, pretty is a Patiamba. Can be cool at differently. So when what was that? By that personal example, yeah, Amazon. When I say 3 years, Sapanga profit reviews. Why? Because there's a share invest. So now he says, Stinga one, Stinga Kalena strategy win, okay, Tiamba, it's food. So, Uzaziga Babuan Jama Zima Futaka, Uspeleke Kuma order, Zinango Sevingeko, Upeleke Banaba School, Ushte branch, Zima Futai. So, Ufanika Mons can be that Walemba plans, okay, a percentage, Kadenica saving a penny quantity. Now, when you got 2 watch, now when you got 1 watch for emergencies, eh? And then the rest, sister, reinvest. Perseverance, Mudi, which the perseverance was so you are trying so hard, then you find a if na business, yende pasogoro, ni balance, na bonds. So, vina ngolesta point. Vika kwa at least percent okay deja tachosako hivi tachosako savings is a saving maybe 2 kwacha 5 kwacha tili na chilimba singa kamba toke ni bank account banzatu wakamba kama bank account but it's mostly kuli bank account kuli chilimba kuli Airtel money kuli village banking yonse are options so kaja kusati nikakasunga neka nizaje. You keep these options. Niambeko kachilimba, or nikaziponya mu Airtel money, or MTN, or na join ako village banking. Keko village banking kuja bama Congolese. Naka interest maybe sometimes nikamwona. That's the problem as a Congolese as long as you increase. So you pick these as you persevere as ufuna ukude. So zakamba chabatawe nikazidi ni nkuku shani afanika ufanika wa balance as you working towards what to grow. So that's how you can say okay ni kule but nizabe balance bwana. There are options ya chilimba, village banking, Airtel money. Kanjama kwa waziri munjama mimi nagulisa mu week nizambo saving ako 5%. Kuteka ka 5% mwendo hiki. Ijaina ngumwendo order. Ijaina ngumapeleka kwa deposit school. Magula kwa unga. Futi ameza nizagulisa kwa hii week. Nizatenga po 2%. Just like that. According to njama vya minute living. Ngati npa 20 quarter nizambo tenga po 1 quarter na isi ya mweyate umani. Mu 1 year izangala che 1 quarter. You were able to say bye. Thank you. Thank you. Over to you. Okay. Hey.
As the perseverance, we have to have self-control.
not kukunkulira just because Cecilia lero bakula nkuku, ba Mary lero bakula T-bone. Even me also I have to buy. Different ngule. Mpeleo usuna ngulisi because business is yani. Sometimes wasapese katika bechi simunga kwa mpenzi kusiste sizo kuliwa. Usakula kwanji concept kulipe. So as a result, chani mkumbwa maji. Tangana chani self-control. Tangana self-control then nchi za kwanza kusevina. But ngati self-control nchi za kwanza kusevina.
Okay. Thank you. So we just had another contribution from Exuda. She was saying if also one wants to save, one has to have self-control over their money and not just overspending or spending it on anything that they do, they see, they want to buy and they want to do this. So they must have control and discipline on how they use their money. That was a contribution from Exuda. Thank you.
Good, good. Yeah, good contributions. Okay. Okay, so let's then talk about the last ones. So I have flexibility and be flexible. And I put that because both are the same, because they are very important. In business, it's really important to be flexible. It may be that you start with something, but then that something doesn't work, and then you need to change your business for something else. So I don't know, let's say that you start selling, for instance, here, some people that I have helped has a business that they prepare everything for a party. So they prepared, they buy everything, they organize, they decorate, right? So let's say for that business, when they started, they didn't start with that. They started with another thing, but the other thing didn't work. So they have to redirect. They still wanted to be entrepreneurs and they wanted to have a business. So they had to change their focus into something different. Maybe that you need to expand maybe your offer. Maybe let's say you start with rice, but maybe you start with other things besides rice. So then you open your offer, right? Or maybe you start baking a particular cake, but then if that doesn't work as well, maybe you start baking another type of cake, or you change the cake. So what flexibility means is that you may need to adjust what you're doing in your business and how you're doing it until you find the best way of doing it. It is very, very rare that you start and it works right away. It takes changes. You have to start to look at, okay, so this worked, it doesn't work. Okay, so I need to change this way. Or it's working well, or it's not working, then let me adjust. So a business person is like doing that all the time, trying to find, being flexible and adjusting to find the best way to grow the business, okay? So flexibility, I've worked with many people, and I will say that every time that I talk or help more people in the business or companies, I see that the ones that are flexible are the ones that finally are successful because they were willing to change and adjust. So when someone sticks to something and they want to still do it just this way, if they are lucky, then it works. But most of the time, it doesn't. But if they want to just do it this way, they end up closing the business or losing a lot of money because they didn't want to adjust, right? So flexibility is very important. Keep in mind that you will need to adjust yourself, the way you work, the way you think, the way you act, and also in your business, it could be your offer, it could be how you present your offer. So many things you will need to change until you find the best one, okay? So flexibility comes with accepting that sometimes you're going to fail, right? As an entrepreneur, you're going to have failures, like any human. Employees have failures too, right? Everyone has failures. But the difference here is that when you fail in your business, it's more important that you start to look for other options Because when you are an employee, you have the ability that the company is there, right? The company is there, right? So you make a mistake, there is a lot of more people there. The company can support that. But when it's your business, that's you. So you have to even be more flexible to start to adjust and find a better way to do that. Okay. Let me give an example. So when I started my business, we started just with one service. But I saw that there were other services that clients were asking. So they were asking, hey, do you have this? You have that? I said, well, I need to grow my portfolio. So I started to open up the portfolio to help my customers better because they were asking for certain things. So if I only wanted to keep myself to just my first service, I will not have that business, right? And I had to learn and get other people to help with those services, and I have to do more things. But at the end, I had to be flexible. I didn't stay just with one thing, okay? It doesn't mean that you have to do that. I'm just giving you an example, right? Depending on your circumstances, that may be the case. But the example is that I had to be flexible. Is I need to go into that direction because they are asking for this. So that will bring more business, and I will be able to help them in that way. Okay? So be flexible for adjusting what you're doing in your business. Okay? Hard work. I don't think I need to tell you much about this because as an entrepreneur, you put a lot of work in your business, a lot of time, a lot of effort, but that is normal. Okay? Don't feel, oh, something is not going right. No, this is how it works. In reality, entrepreneurs are like that. They put a lot of time, a lot of effort, and they have to work hard, long hours at the beginning, because that's part of making a business, right? When people start a business, they want to start a business because they want to have more time and they want to have a better life, more money to do more things, to get better education or things that you can do. But that happens after. That comes at the beginning. When people say, oh, I'm going to make a business, I will have a lot of time. It doesn't happen that way. You will have to spend a lot of time and effort, and then things will start to get better, and then you have all those things. But that comes after, not at the beginning. And that's something that when people sell things like helping entrepreneurs, I don't know why they make them think that they're going to have a lot of time when they start a business. It's not like that. That comes after. That comes like the revenue of your business. So hard work is there. It's something that I know you do, because if you have a business, there's no way you cannot do this. Have to put a lot of work, maybe long hours, maybe not doing maybe what you like to do before. For instance, someone maybe like to watch TV, right? They love to watch TV, but now you have a business. I don't have time to watch TV anymore. Later on, I will have time, but now I need to focus on my business, right? So I need to put the time. I cannot watch my favorite TV movie anymore. I don't have time for that, right? Well, that's part of your process. So hard work is very important. If you see successful entrepreneurs, they all started like that. If you hear their stories, well, when they tell you really what happened, it was like that. So a lot of hard work to make the business work, finding the right ways, being flexible to find the right spot to make the business grow. But that's part of business, okay? And care for others. Now, something that has to do with this is be very, very, very obvious, or be always very conscious about caring for others. So one of the good things about having a business is that as you grow, you will have the opportunity to help more customers, but also you can help your community, or you can help the environment. As you have that opportunity. At the beginning, you may not have it because of the revenues, but as you start to grow, you can help more people outside of your business or in your business. For instance, let's say that you start and you have one employee, you have 2 employees. As you start to grow and you have more employees working with you, you are helping their families with a salary. And maybe as you grow, you can have better salaries, better things that you can give your employees, right? Or maybe you start with giving a little bit to church or to another group. As you grow, you can give more. So always keep in mind that the business is not just for you, but it's also a way to help others, right? And this is, sometimes we lose track of that, but everything that we do in our business is helping someone else. When we sell a product, we're giving that person something that they need. So we're helping them. If they buy rice, they need the rice. So we are helping them to feed their families. I don't think that's your case, but if someone is a hairdresser and cut people's hair, that's helping them. They're giving them a nice look, right? And something that they need to feel better. So you're helping them. If you bake cake for a nice party, you are giving them something that they're enjoying with their family, with their friends. So everything that we do in our business is always giving someone something they need. So don't forget that. Don't forget that your business is helping someone else. And don't forget that your business also is can help the community around you and also helping the environment too. Also, if you consider that. So let's say that you always take care that you don't sell products that are going to harm the environment or are going to maybe harm someone, right? We have seen stories of products that companies of all sizes, small, medium, or big companies, that they sell those products and they knew those products were bad and they still sold them, right? So they're going against this. Instead of caring for others, they're not caring for others. They're harming other people just to make money. So remember, your business also helps you, your family, and others. So keep that in mind. Your business is a great way to help others. And as you grow, you will have ability to even help more people. And like what I'm doing right now, maybe later on you have the chance to give your advice to other entrepreneurs too. That's also great, because you can share your experiences with them and share your journey as an entrepreneur, and that always helps too. Okay. Any other questions or comment that you may have?
Questions, comments? Let's take a chat, but we'll be comment. We'll be contribution.
Have a contribution?
Okay, we don't have any comments. We don't have any questions.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Alex. If you're done, you can stop sharing your screen. Okay. You're still on?
Just one
Okay.
one final line.
Okay.
So this is what I want to kind of finalize this. So entrepreneurs with strong values create companies with true positive impact to the world. So you have a strong values on what you do and what you believe, and then you translate those values into a company. Those are the companies that we need. We don't need companies that harm people, harm the environment just to make money, right? We don't need those. We need entrepreneurs that have strong values, and because of that, they help their community, their employees, they take care of the environment. So that comes from values. You have strong values, you will have a company like that. Okay, good. So thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you. So I'm sure the ladies have learned a lot so far. Thank you. That was really engaging. And thank you for making the slides too. It makes teaching easier. So thank you so much. And I would like to take the group photo now. So Emma and Naren, please could you come to the back?
Okay.
All right, so everyone smile.
Bye.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. All right,
Thank you
Alex,
for your
thank you
time.
so much. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. It was really an honor to have you. And thank you for all the great insights that you shared. God bless you. We're truly thankful. Thank you. I'll share, were you able to get any of the screenshots?
I got some myself too, yes.
Okay. No, fine. Thank you
But
so much.
you
All
took a
right.
couple, right?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, good. Thank you. It
All
was
right,
a pleasure
everyone.
to be with you. I wish you a lot of success in your businesses.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Take care. Bye.
All right, thank you.